just an amateur. You can try as hard as you can, but you can't handle us. I'm waiting at the bench and signing autographs. I'm always in first place, you always in the back. For me, I'm all pro, and you're just an amateur. You can try as hard as you can, but you can't handle us. I'm waiting at the bench and signing autographs. I'm always in first place, you always in the back.
All Pro Wrestling faithful, welcome to another exciting edition of Gym Wars. We've got a fantastic tag team match for you today as the former ECW champion Jerry Lynn comes on by and teams up with Will Rood to take on Pink Mink Inc., Matt Carlos, and Rick Luxury.
What a match.
Yes, it is going to be a fantastic match. I said that, Matthew. Of course, now we're going to take a quick look back. The who's who of All Pro Wrestling stepped up to the plate when they heard that Jerry Lynn was coming in. Matt Carlos, AJ Kirsch, and of course the Pink Mink himself, Rick Luxury, along with Markus Mack, stepped in to try and take on the former ECW champion.
I'm all right. I know Jerry Lynn's coming in to the garage, and I don't know if you're considering Matt Carlos to be facing Jerry, but
as a matter of fact, he is one of the people I'm heavily considering. He's one of those guys that's high up on the list, you know?
Man, yeah. Well, Matt and I were working out in the ring, and Matt let me know that his doctors haven't released him. Matt's still suffering the effects from his concussion. You know, just like I know, all about concussions. I don't want to see my only true friend here, Larry, get hurt. It's not about... I just don't want Matt to get hurt, Larry.
You know, Will, I've known you for a long time. I don't know you to have, you know, you're not the type of person that's going to push somebody else out of the way so that you can get your shot. I appreciate that, you know, you come to me with this information. I'm still waiting for that clearance myself. If he told you he's not clear, I mean, what do you have in mind?
Larry, you know I just got this back. I want to be a fighting champion. We know the prestige of this title. I want to take on Jerry Lynn. I want the news to hit all over the world. Will Rood versus Jerry Lynn. I'm not going to run, duck, dodge, or hide anyone, Larry.
You know, you make a great point. Internet championship. Jerry Lynn, first time in the garage.
History.
I'd buy a ticket to that. I'm going to make that match happen. You got it.
Thank you.
Matt Carlos. Matt Carlos, what's up, brother? I got some news that I think you need to hear, man. How you feeling, dude?
I'm alright, Matt.
You know I got your back. You know I always have. We've had our differences in the past, but Matt, I wouldn't lie to you. I want to tell you something. I know how important this match with Jerry Lynn means to you. I know that it's something that you've always wanted. I know, Matt Carlos, that it is your dream opponent. You know what, Matt Carlos? You know what I just overheard in the office? I just overheard your boy, that's right, your boy, Will Rood, in there politicking. Matt Carlos, that guy was in there talking to Larry Blackwell and APW management, talking about Matt Carlos isn't good enough to wrestle Jerry Lynn for the APW, here in APW. Matt Carlos isn't good enough to step in the ring with Jerry Lynn. Matt Carlos, he was saying that he should face Jerry Lynn, and guess what? Your boy, Will Rood, he is facing Jerry Lynn. He got the match. He wanted it to be his moment.
Nothing new.
This ain't nothing new,
Do you
bro.
remember this? You remember this right here? Huh? You remember? APW said you're the rising star. This was going to be published. It was going to go all over the world. But they had to put it on hold because they said that these were Will Rood's colors. They put you on the back burner for Will Rood, just like Matt just heard him doing again. Will Rood, he was the one that put this on the back burner. He's the one putting you on the back burner tonight, Matt. We were the ones that checked on you when you had your concussion. Nobody else. Think about that. I'll talk to you in a minute, Matt.
Man, Carlos, believe me, man, I wouldn't lie to you. We've been through too much together, dog. And I hate to see you miss out on your dreams and your opportunity. But if you want to believe in something, believe in me, bro. I got an idea.
That despicable Markus Mack getting in the ear of Matt Carlos, getting in his head, and just laying all kinds of issues and problems out to bear.
And then getting involved in this match, splitting up this Internet Championship Classic. You see Rick Luxury dumping out Jerry Lynn so he can focus his attacks on the champion Will Rood.
Of course, Rick Luxury still very, very upset with Will Rood about such a quick loss of that internet title.
And here comes Matt Carlos running off Pink Mink Inc. so he wanted you to believe.
Yeah, I honestly thought that Matt Carlos was here to save his friend Will Rood, who was only looking out for his best interest when he went to the commissioner.
Oh, yeah, he was looking out for Matt Carlos' best interest and didn't throw him under the bus and remove him from being able to wrestle this match. Yeah.
Matt Carlos admitted that he still wasn't 100%. Isn't that in his best interest to make sure that we wait and make sure
Even if you're 5%, you want to wrestle Jerry Lynn, and now Will Rood is getting what he deserved.
I absolutely disagree. You have to look after your health first before you take, no matter the opportunity.
No. We could talk about your logic in pro wrestling later, but you can see now Matt Carlos trying to put the beat down on Will Rood. Jerry Lynn running back in.
See, right there, Matt Carlos, if his faculties had been with him, he probably would have been able to escape that attack by Jerry Lynn. As it was, it took the help of Rick Luxury and Markus Mack to get him away from Jerry Lynn.
Sometimes you need friends.
But that brings us to today, as we've got a fantastic tag team match on tap. We've got the former ECW champ, Jerry Lynn, teaming up with the internet champ, Will Rood, to take on the Pink Mink Inc. of Matt Carlos and Rick Luxury.
You've seen what has led up to this match today. Stay tuned after this break. We're coming right back with more Gym Wars.
Do you have what it takes to become a pro wrestler? The APW Bootcamp Training School is accepting applicants for pro wrestlers, managers, valets, and referees. All Pro Wrestling home APW Bootcamp is where future legends are born. For the last 19 years, APW has been the leader in talent development. Top graduates include The Great Khali, Crash Holly, Spike Dudley. For your free brochure, call us at 510-785-8396.
5, 4.
If you would like to get involved behind the scenes with pro wrestling, we are looking for you. All Pro Wrestling is always on the lookout for talented interns in the areas of television production, including commentators, graphic design, and website design. We also have highly paid commission sales and marketing openings. For more information, email your qualifications and resume and tell us which area behind the scenes you'd love to be involved in. For your free brochure, call us at 510-785-8396 or visit us at www.allprowrestling.net.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are about to bear witness to Pink Mink Inc., wrestling's trending topic, Mr. Wrestling personified, and the magnificent one, Matt Carlos.
Will Rood, Jerry Lynn, it's time to put some old dogs to sleep. Payback's coming for you, Will.
As the familiar strains of the Pink Mink Inc. theme music fill the air, Rick Luxury and Matt Carlos make their way to the ring.
Matt Carlos already rebranded by Markus Mack into magnificent Matt Carlos, fully ingratiated into Pink Mink Inc.
Making their way to the ring first with their manager, the self-professed manager of the century, the no alternate Pink Mink of professional wrestling, Markus Mack, at a combined weight of 425 pounds. The team up out of control, Matt Carlos, wrestling personified, Rick Luxury. They are Pink Mink Inc.
These men are set for battle here today. Going to take on the former ECW champion and the current All Pro Wrestling Worldwide Internet champion. What's your call on this one, Matthew?
You always want me to tell you who I think is going to win. How about we just sit back and enjoy the
know
action?
You don't have a lot of respect for me, but Matthew, I value your opinion when it comes to analyzing the fantastic matches we show here on Gym Wars all the time.
You ready? Let's go! Let's go!
Here they come, Will Rood and Jerry Lynn being attacked before the bell rings by Pink Mink Inc.
Well, Pink Mink Inc. is fueled by their fire, knowing that they should have been in the match last week against Jerry Lynn. But Jerry Lynn and Will Rood working together as if they've been doing this for years.
All three men have a legitimate claim to facing former ECW champion Jerry Lynn.
Okay.
What? Look at these guys just taking it to town right from the get-go here. Will Rood and Matt Carlos laying into each other out there in the crowd. And Jerry Lynn fires Rick Luxury into that big steel post.
Wow. Matt Carlos and Will Rood are completely gone. They are lost in that war zone.
They're climbing up the bleachers out in the war zone. And here they come back into the building. I don't think I've heard the bell ring
This
yet.
match hasn't started.
No.
This is a street fight outside the ring.
That's the way to do it. You wear down your opponent before the bell is even rung.
You're going to give credence to this?
I'm not saying that it's the best way to win a match. I'm just saying it's a way to win a match.
30 seconds ago, you were upset with Pink Mink Inc. for jumping them before the bell, but now that Will Rood and Jerry Lynn are doing it, yeah, let's everyone join in.
No, all four men were outside the ring fighting. I'm saying that it's not the best way to go about winning a match, but it is one way that you can win a match.
Well, it is a match now. The bell has rung. Will Rood and Matt Carlos, the young studs of their respective teams, in the middle of the ring fighting it out.
Will Rood with that big elbow drop right across the skull of Matt Carlos. Matt Carlos, of course, still maybe fighting off the effects of that concussion.
Is he 100%? He wasn't 100% last week.
Yeah, it's that question is really up in the air here. You know, you have to wonder if that's going to play. That has to play a factor.
Would Markus Mack throw Matt Carlos in this match just so Rick Luxury could stay out of it?
Absolutely.
Knowing that Matt Carlos is not 100%, do you think Rick Luxury would do that to the Magnificent One?
I think that Matt Carlos and would be thrown under the bus in a heartbeat if it meant furthering Rick Luxury's career.
Well, it looks like that's what's happening. I don't know if that's how it's turning out because he's wearing pink. I would think that they get along.
Well, I didn't say they didn't get along, but there's getting along and then there's getting ahead. And those are two very different subjects when it comes to Pink Mink Inc.
If you want to talk about getting ahead, that is Rick Luxury right now, taking it to Will Rood on the outside with Matt Carlos distracting the official on the inside.
I have nothing but the utmost respect for Rick Luxury. He has a mind for professional wrestling like nobody else in California. But I do have to question some of the tactics that he uses.
I don't understand that. How do you respect a man like Rick Luxury? Knowing how you feel about wrestling and how to win matches, how do you respect a man like Rick Luxury?
I'm not saying that he doesn't have some qualities that are less than admirable, but he definitely knows when push comes to shove and it all gets down to it in the middle of the ring, there are not too many people that are better than Rick Luxury. Questionable tactics or not.
Well, maybe he could share some of that wisdom with his young new tag team partner, Matt Carlos, newest member of Pink Mink Inc., surprising everyone last week. And now here we are, tag team match, Will Rood and Jerry Lynn.
Fires him back into his own corner there. Rick Luxury quick tags back and forth between Pink Mink Inc. here as Matt Carlos gets in and puts the boots to the midsection of Will Rood.
Quick tags in and out. Markus Mack doing a good job leading this tag team, man.
It's very impressive so far as Will Rood is just in a bad way here as Matt Carlos and Rick Luxury just wear him out.
Tagging, avoiding the 5 count in the corner. That was smart tag team wrestling right there.
Jerry Lynn getting frustrated with the tactics as well. Will Rood able to kick out here. Will Rood is an impressive individual in the ring as well. Just every time he steps in the ring, we see improvement. We see a better physique. And, winning the internet title again has just fired him up like nobody's business.
Now Rick Luxury choking the life out of Will Rood on the inside of the ring.
Will Rood needs to get out of this as quickly as possible because he's really been worn out here in the opening minutes of this match and needs to make a tag.
Big jawbreaker by Will Rood, breaking the grasp of Rick Luxury. Rood coming off the ropes, but Rick Luxury with the kitchen sink.
Lays out Will Rood. Now Rick Luxury taunting Jerry Lynn. Of course, we know that the temper of Jerry Lynn, he'll be in that. Oh, see, there he comes. He'll be in that ring in a second, just like that.
Oh, spitting in the face of the legend Jerry Lynn, and now faking the tag as Matt Carlos, the legal man in the ring.
See, that's one of the traits I find less than admirable about Rick Luxury. That no respect for the legacy of one Jerry Lynn.
Rick Luxury believes he's better than Jerry Lynn.
Well, I mean, that might very well be true, but you do have to respect the accomplishments of Jerry Lynn.
Sure, yeah.
Would you disagree?
No, I'm not going to disagree about the accomplishments of Jerry Lynn.
I mean, if Perry Von Vicious hadn't just up and walked away from All Pro Wrestling, wouldn't you have jumped at the chance to have your charge wrestle somebody the caliber of Jerry Lynn?
I did that. Put his name in the hat. Sky high powerbomb for Will Rood. Rick Luxury kicking out. That jammed
Looked
a
like
couple
a
of
headbutt.
thumbs.
There's something happened there.
know.
I don't know what that was. That was too quick for the eye to catch.
But now Rick Luxury wrapping his legs around Will Rood like an octopus, making sure that he stays put as he tags in Matt Carlos, who drops the elbow to the back of the head.
Then comes off with another big elbow. Will Rood just absorbing a lot of punishment here in this match so far.
Carlos dropping those feet onto the sternum of Will Rood, wearing him down, making sure that he can't breathe. Jerry Lynn has not been tagged in this match yet. Pink Mink Inc. successfully separating Will Rood from his partner.
Yeah, cutting that ring in half and just absolutely alienating Will Rood from his partner. Oh, last-ditch effort. Will Rood looked like he was going to make the tag there, but Matt Carlos able to cut him off and save the match for his team.
You could see that the weight of Will Rood might just be a little too much for Matt Carlos. He couldn't drag him off of that bottom rope.
Oh, setting up for that big Russian leg sweep there. Rick Luxury up on the top rope. What's he going to... Oh, no, second rope here for him. Comes off with a big leg drop.
Big diving leg drop, tagging in just before Matt Carlos drops Will Rood. Now the cover and a kick out by the Internet Champion.
I'm amazed by the amount of punishment that Will Rood has been able to absorb here today.
I'm not seeing a whole lot of fighting back from Will Rood, but he's certainly staying alive. He hasn't lost the match yet, and that's commendable.
Well, you know, when you're in there with a team like Matt Carlos and Rick Luxury, sometimes all you can do is stay alive, especially with the tactics that a man like Rick Luxury.
And there he is, Jerry Lynn. But no, Sparky's saying no, he didn't see the tag.
Sparky Ballard ejected Jerry Lynn from this match at this time. Not ejecting, he's just putting him back out on the ring apron so that the match can continue with whom he believed to be the legal man, Will Rood.
Matt Carlos telling the cameraman to get out of the way as he comes off the middle rope with a diving fist. Going for the cover now, lackluster, only with the legs. I'm not sure if that's quite the way you're going to beat Will Rood.
I don't know how much Will Rood is going to have left here. This has been just non-stop punishment for him today here on Gym Wars. Will Rood has just been battered for a good 5 minutes now.
Well, you can see as soon as he threw a punch into Matt Carlos, Rick Luxury was right there to stop him.
Up, and now he rolls right in. Sparky sees the tag, and Jerry Lynn is in a house of fire.
Jerry Lynn knocking down Rick Luxury. Matt Carlos, Luxury again. Matt Carlos taken down with another clothesline. Jerry Lynn.
Both men are staggered and out of commission here as Jerry Lynn gains control of this match for his team. Throws Rick Luxury right into the gun of Matt Carlos.
Matt Carlos, he's dangerous all the way across the ring from Jerry Lynn rolling in. Oh.
Rolling eye poke by Jerry Lynn.
I didn't see that one coming.
That Greco-Roman thumb jab. Here he goes. He's got a pin. 1, 2, and 3. A big win for Jerry Lynn and
the
Will
winner
Rood.
by pinfall in 8 minutes and 4 seconds, Jerry Lynn and the APW Worldwide Internet Champion, Will Rood.
Fantastic victory for the team of Will Rood and Jerry Lynn. Pink Mink Inc. on the short end of the stick here today.
Jerry Lynn came in, beat the tar out of Pink Mink Inc., won the match, showed Will Rood a trick or two, and here we are showing how it all came together.
An inadvertent spear by Rick Luxury as Jerry Lynn throws him right into Matt Carlos' guts, sets him up, comes off with that rolling eye poke, and calls Will Rood to step in. This Bulldog Codebreaker was absolutely amazing. If Matt Carlos was still suffering from the effects of the concussion, it's even worse now.
I'm sure. Now, does Rick Luxury and Matt Carlos still wish that they had that match with Jerry Lynn last week?
I'm sure that they're very, very upset that they lost that match still, and very, very upset that they actually lost this match today.
And now Rood throwing Matt Carlos to the wolves.
Oh, this can't be good. A little bit of payback for Will Rood in the form of that pile driver of Jerry Lynn.
Oh, pile driver on a magnificent Matt Carlos. Markus Mack not happy on the outside. But what do they say? Payback is up.
Rhymes with itch?
Yes.
Will Rood now picking up the hat and coat of Markus Mack, getting himself dressed up like the Pink Mink boss himself.
It's just, congratulations on your win. This is a little disrespectful, though. Taking the hat and coat off of the mat.
Yeah, I mean, that's not, putting on the man's coat, wearing a chicken suit,
Whoa, wait. Another sky high on the Rick Luxury for good. He's just trying to retrieve his friend's hat.
Chapeaus are not necessarily the top of importance when you just had your ass handed to you by Jerry Lynn and Will Rood. You've got to think a little bit when it comes to things like that.
Matt Carlos pulling Rick Luxury out of danger. Success for Jerry Lynn and your internet champion, Will Rood. I guess congratulations are in order.
A fantastic match. And we got more action coming up here as we take a look back at that big pile driver by Jerry Lynn, laying waste to Matt Carlos. Boy. Then, just bad news. And then we got Will Rood hitting that sky high on Rick Luxury. Both men just missed in a bad way.
And Jerry Lynn and Will Rood still standing in the ring, still celebrating.
Dream come true for Will Rood, as he had said in his interview, how much he wanted to wrestle Jerry Lynn. Now he not only got to wrestle Jerry Lynn, but also got to team with him. So, fantastic. Good for you, Will Rood.
I'll keep it short and sweet. I'm not going to bore you to death. Will, you got a hell of a career ahead of you. You're amazing. Thank you. Hey, you're stealing my promo. No, thank you guys. This is my last year. My last match will be March 23rd up in Minneapolis, and I was so thankful that I got to come out and wrestle for APW. I was a huge fan of Beyond the Mat, so this is a mark-out moment for me. So thank you guys so much for the support over the years. Thank you.
There you have it, Jerry Lynn. Thank you, All Pro Wrestling faithful and All Pro Wrestling owner Roland Alexander, for all the fantastic memories. Thank you again for joining us for another exciting edition of All Pro Wrestling Gym Wars.